Hey, what's up guys? It's Gutex. I got another execution tutorial for you guys today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do one of the most difficult combos for beginners that I think a lot of people really struggle with, which is Ryu's Uppercut FADC Ultra in Ultra Street Fighter 4. But first I got to let you guys know about a special sponsor that helps make these videos possible. Crunchyroll is the premier online destination for streaming anime. They have huge mega hits such as Parasite, Attack on Titan, and Naruto, but they also have a huge library of lesser known, underappreciated anime that you can check out as well. And you guys might know that I'm not extremely well versed on anime, so I posted on Twitter asking what you guys thought were some underappreciated anime on Crunchyroll. And I got a lot of really good responses, from Tokyo Ghoul to Magic Kaito, Akagi, Hunter x Hunter, Durarara. So there's a lot of great stuff on there, a lot of stuff on a laundry list that of anime that I gotta watch. So that you should also know that they have a premium service which allows you to watch everything commercial free in 1080p up to an hour after it premieres in Japan, which means that you no longer have to worry about your friends on Facebook spoiling what's going on in your favorite shows. You can just be one of the cool kids watching stuff an hour after it debuts in Japan. So they're offering a free 30-day trial of Crunchyroll, so all you have to do is click on the link in the description. And now let me show you guys how to do this combo quickly and easily with Ryu. So first things first, if you guys haven't watched my last tutorial on execution and how to properly position your hand, hold the stick, as well as how to position your button hands, then please check that out. I'll put a link in the description, so check that out if you haven't seen it already. But I'm going to assume that you guys have already seen that because you guys are good students. Okay, so first things first, we're going to be basically breaking this combo down into as many pieces as possible. And the first piece is, of course, the uppercut. If you cannot do the uppercut 10 times in a row without fail and without struggle, you need to get it to the point. I mean, I don't care if you have to do 1,000 uppercuts a day, but your inputs should be clean like mine. You're going to go from forward, down, forward, and then press punch. You can even go forward, down, forward, and punch, and the uppercut still comes out, which is helpful in this particular motion, in this particular combo, because we're going to use it as a shortcut. Once you're able to do that, the second thing that you're going to need to do, actually, first things first, you need to make sure that you have your dummy set to all block, because we're going to be as efficient as possible and save as much time as possible by not having to wait for the dummy for the uppercut to complete and for the dummy to get up. Also, one thing that you can do is set your heavy punch or heavy kick button to focus. This might be easier than trying to hit medium punch and medium kick together. So either one is fine. You can get the focus like that, or you can get the focus like that, whichever is comfortable. And if at the beginning you have to set this button to focus attack just to learn the timing, that's totally fine. So what we want to do is focus on, see what I did there? Focus on getting the timing at which the uppercut is cancelable. So you want to do this until you can hit it 10 times in a row. So notice I'm not trying to do the entire combo at once. I'm trying to build the muscle memory that's required to be able to hit it all together. So once you've hit this 10 times in a row, then the next step, see, what is wrong with me? Okay, so the next thing to practice is going to be the focus dash cancel. And we should be practicing this 10 times in a row on its own as well. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing forward and focus, either using this button for focus or pressing medium punch and medium kick together. So I'm pressing forward and this at the same time, and then tapping forward again, which gets the dash cancel. So if that happens, that means that you waited too long to dash. This is basic. This should be instant. So you're doing it in one fluid motion. So you're tapping, And you'll notice you can hear it if you did it right, because you'll hear him grunt. Notice how if you press focus, notice the sound he makes. But if you just dash, he doesn't make that sound. So that's how you know that you did it right. And again, if the focus actually comes out like that, that means that you screwed it up. And you need to probably do it faster. So next, we're going to try to put all of that together. And one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is which uppercut you should be doing. So if they're on the ground, you should be doing light punch because it does the most damage. Actually, well, obviously heavy punch does the most damage, but heavy punch is not cancelable anymore in this game. So that means that you're either going to be using light or medium punch. You would use medium punch if they were jumping because it has more invincibility than light punch. But the thing is, you only get, because you're canceling the first hit on the uppercut with medium punch. And let me take off all block, set them to no block. So medium punch does, I don't know if you guys saw it real quick, it does 130 total, but the first hit, you can see the first hit only does 80 damage, as opposed to light, which does 100 damage. So, and you're gonna need to be able to do both. But, so that's why we're using light punch in this instance, because we're gonna start this combo from the ground. So once we've practiced our uppercut, and then we've also practiced our uppercut focus cancel, and we've also practiced our focus dash cancel, now it's time to put it all together. And you'll notice that I have the dummy set to all block because, in my opinion, it's an inefficient use of time to not have him set to all block in this instance, because then you have to wait for him to come back after you hit him. So basically, what you want to do is, let's say, start, and of course, you know, it would be best to like practice this on both sides. So what you would want to do is, let's say, start on the left side of the screen and then uppercut FADC dash, uppercut FADC dash, uppercut FADC dash. Now, I also want to mention, this is probably a good time to mention that we're actually using a shortcut. So we're building the FADC dash into the motion for the uppercut. So we're not doing forward, down, down, forward to uppercut. We're doing forward, down, forward to uppercut. Now, the reason why this works is because of the input leniency and shortcuts in this game. It's been pretty consistent in all Street Fighter games that if you're holding forward and throw a fireball, you're gonna get an uppercut. You see? But actually, the way to avoid that is by, for those of you guys wondering like why this always happens and what you're supposed to do about it in a real match, you're just supposed to hold forward and then do a half circle instead of going to forward, and then see you don't get the uppercut anymore. Anyways, so what we're doing is we're using the last forward motion of the uppercut as the first forward of the dash. So, God, I hope that makes sense. So basically, just looking at it from where I'm holding forward, here, let me maximize this, right? So let's look at these inputs. So I'm going forward, forward, down, down, forward and punch, and then pressing, actually tapping forward and focus at the same time. Oops. So basically, you want to practice over and over. Let me put this back on my hands. Practice this over and over. Just basically running him back and forth on the screen. And you can see, yeah, I screw up sometimes. But that's okay because it's all about building muscle memory so that you can talk and do this stuff or you could do this in your sleep. You should be able to do this without thinking, because that's what it's going to take in a real match. You don't want to be dedicating all these brain cycles to execution when you should be focused on your decision making. So basically, you might have to practice this 100 times, or just commit to doing like 10 laps or something every day, every time you practice, every time before you go online. This is what you should be doing. Because you have to build the muscle memory, and building muscle memory takes repetition. You can see that I'm weaker on the right side. So that means that I should just spend more time just running this guy to the corner and just doing it over and over and over. And also, it's important to be able to understand and read the input display to see where you screwed up. You know, maybe you hit the button too early. Maybe you hit the button too late. Maybe instead of going from forward, down, 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 forward to forward, maybe you went all the way to up or something. You know, who knows? I don't know what you guys, you know? But it's important to be able to look at your input display to diagnose what went wrong and why that happened. Okay, so then next, let's say that you're comfortable with that. You can hit it 10 times in a row on each side. Now it's time. Let's say there's two ways that you can do it. One is you could set the dummy, you could take off all block on the dummy and then just focus on actually hitting the ultra afterwards. But if you were having trouble with that, then it's best to keep them on the ground and then basically focus on just doing the dash into ultra, the focus dash into ultra. And of course, the ultra animation is really long, so what you want to do is set your memory point so that you're not wasting time watching the entire animation. Because ain't nobody got time for that. And it's okay to do it kind of slow, because you actually have a lot of time. It seems fast when you don't know how to do it, but once you've done it enough times, you can see that you actually do have a lot of time to hit it. So basically, I'm doing this focus dash and then doing the ultra. And I guess if you wanted to break it down further, then you could just practice the dash into ultra. So just do dash. And while you're doing the dash, you're buffering the motion for the ultra and then hitting the buttons as soon as the dash completes. Oops. So it's like you have to break it down to as many pieces as possible and become competent at these pieces so that when you add one more step, like here, now I'm adding the focus dash cancel. Whoops. It's no big deal because you're already proficient in each of the steps. So once you feel good about that, now it's time to actually take blocking off and now try to hit the combo. So we've gone through and we've done the uppercut a bunch of times. We've done the uppercut cancel a bunch of times. We've even done the uppercut dash cancel a bunch of times with him on block. And we've also done focus dash into ultra. We've done focus dash into ultra. And we've done dash into ultra. So we've done basically every single component of the combo now. Now it's time to actually try it. So you can, as you can see, like, it's actually not that fast. And if you get the EX uppercut, it probably means that you did it too fast. Oops. So see right there, like I screwed up the dash. But of course, you know, in the intro, oh, see? So I probably did the motion too fast. So, I mean, as you can see, it is more efficient to just try it with the memory function. And then of course, you want to try it on the other side to make sure you're able to hit it both ways. So now that you're more comfortable with that, now let's try it with the dummy jumping. So now, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be using medium medium punch instead of light punch, because medium punch has more invincibility. Whoops. Oh, I forgot to set memory. Oh. Okay. Oh, too early. Too early. So basically, you would do this so that until you could do it, let's say 10 times in a row, because that's what it's going to take in order to be proficient and be competent and be able to hit this in a real match. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. But I'm 100% confident that if you practice this for 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, like within a week, you're going to be able to do this no problem. And then you're going to be hitting it in real matches. And then you're going to be like, wow, like this wasn't as hard as I thought. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have questions or comments, or if anything was unclear, please leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer. Also, if you guys are looking for more help, some personal coaching, you can go to crosscountertraining.com and get some personal training from guys like myself, Justin Wong, K-Brad, Snake Eyes, and more. Because hey, you know, like you could spend forever by yourself trying to learn this game and struggling just playing online, or you can have somebody who knows what they're doing, help you out, and save you some time. So thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. Later.